So you've performed your piece of music, you played it in via a MIDI keyboard, it's up on the screen, and it's all out of time. You want to fix it, but you don't want it to sound robotic. Here's how you do it. So first you go to your MIDI region, you press P after selecting it, and you get to the piano roll. So let's take a listen to this little bit of improvisation I've done. It works, it's a little bit rough, but you can hear there's a few areas that really need timing. So first of all, what I do is select specific areas of a track. Now of course you could do a Command A and select, let's say, 16th notes. This will line up the majority of the notes. However, it's going to sound a little bit strange. So I'll play it now that I've quantized it to 16th notes. So the majority of it works, but it's starting to sound robotic and the rhythm has been lost, particularly at the end. First of all, have a look at what needs fixing. Most of the time, for me, the left hand's really lazy and it's just one beat per bar. I can keep that to 16th notes, or I can go 1 to 1 note, which stands for one note within a single bar. Then I'll have a look at the top melody. So the biggest problem area is this section here. Now that's because I played everything with a triplet feel, which means we have to quantize it with triplets. So we select the group that needs improving, scroll down, and we find the triplet value that works best for us. And I believe mine are roughly quaver length triplets. So I click on that. If we take a listen, it should be in time and the correct rhythm now. Perfect, almost done. As you can see here, these notes were meant to be grace notes. They're meant to sound like this, where you fall off one note and go to the other. But 16th note value in the quantize section isn't fine enough. So we're going to go from the 16 down to 32. As you can see, things have shuffled around. So I'll play it again, and we'll have a listen to what that sounds like. This has opened up another can of worms, being that because I dragged everything to a 32th note, now some of the top notes aren't at the right time. So I select them and go 16th notes, it's dragged them into place and it's told me that this note was so out of time, I'm actually going to have to drag this to a reasonable location. So that seems about right to match it up with the rest of it. And the final section I'm not happy with is this part here. I believe they should be 8th triplets. Cool, let's take a listen. And you can hear everything is spot on to the beat. That works overall, but you could say it now sounds robotic. It's lost the human nature to it. Thankfully it's still got the velocity in there from when I played it in, so there is some human element, but it needs a bit more. So what I'm going to do to finish up is click within the region, do Command A to select them all, and underneath the quantize section you can see strength and swing. Swing we can ignore because it's not particularly swung, this part, it just has some triplets in it, and the strength is where we're going to get back that natural feel. So I'm going to reduce it very slightly, let's say 80, and take a listen. And that's it finished. It now sounds in time, it's smooth, it's natural, and there wasn't a huge amount of work to do to it. You can just select an overall group of MIDI notes, do Command A to select them all, 16th note quantize on it to begin with, then hopefully you should only need to fix up a few small areas to make sure it all works all together. I hope that helped. Only suggestion is, if you're going to use strings, don't bother with quantizing. Just play it in as naturally as possible. It will sound so robotic if you start to go near quantizing when using stringed instruments. So I hope that helped, and I shall see you in the next video.